Live for Friday, March 21st, 2014. We're honored to have with us today July Talk.
I went walking in the garden. I was tripping on snakes. I ain't asking for your love, and I'm just asking what your love is gonna take. Ignorance is bliss when you young enough to kiss her.
You gonna make? Keep your head above the water and breathe before the ice of the lake. I ain't gonna let him twist my wrist, I ain't gonna let him kiss these lips no
My guns and ammunition, two very different things. If you're looking for tradition, I'm castling my king. When I think about you, my whole world falls in. body shakes. And when you leave, I cannot sleep. And when you leave, my body shakes. And when you leave, I cannot sleep. And when you leave, my body shakes.
Yeah. July Talk on Audiotree Live. So you guys do a lot of traveling in a van and in other such mediums of transportation. Is there like a genre of place that you always want to stop? My dad on road trips was always like, hey, here's the world's largest yarn ball, or here's like the yo-yo museum or whatever. Like, we have to go there. Do you guys have a place that you kind of always go to?
Me and Danny just always want to stop at all of the thrift stores.
Okay.
All over North America.
Cool.
And we're often dragged away from them unwillingly by the rest of the band.
After a few hours or something.
Totally. We're always on the search for the perfect cassette tape, even though I don't even think we have a cassette player
Oh,
anymore.
yeah. Just to have one.
We like to have our favorite spots too. Like,
Okay.
you know, in each city we try to kind of find that place that we all really like, and then you can kind of look forward to it.
Yeah. Like a food place normally? Is that what you mean? Or,
No,
or
not
it doesn't
really.
matter?
Like
Okay.
a bar,
Cool.
anything, like, you know, just something, because when you're touring and like every night's the same, it's good to have these little like kind of goals down the road, like 5 days down the road. You know, you get to go to, you know, the
one
Dominion
place.
Tavern in Ottawa,
Yeah.
or like these sort of things that I'd always look forward to.
Yeah,
so we
sure.
have our favorites for sure.
Makes the trip a little easier to always go to Billy's Pizza in this spot or like
Yeah,
whatever, you know.
Billy's
Yeah.
got good pizza.
Billy makes the best pizza. Awesome. What's a thrift store? What's like a thrift store that you really love? One that you've found? Can you think of? Or are they
Found
all
an
kind of
excellent
special?
one in Ocasas? In North Dakota? Is that a place?
Yeah.
I'm probably
well, North Dakota's a
butchering that.
place. I don't know.
No,
that.
okay, I might be butchering that.
Oh, whatever.
That name.
It's
like
fine.
that. I bought a rabbit fur coat there, and it just it shed all over everything. It was a waste of money, unfortunately.
But a beautiful thrift store nonetheless.
Totally, yeah.
Awesome. Great. Thanks you guys for being here. And you can go into your next set.
Listen, this song's called Summer Dress.
I ain't no man, go back to the king. Tight in my suitcase, gonna see what trouble bring. All the sugar black, so I ain't convinced. Took a trip to the smoke, and she hasn't been back since. Oh!
Barely dressed, looking for love along the plateau. The girls are young, a little dumb, and they're going in alone. Hey boys, it's all the same tonight. You've got to make a choice. No need to serenade her now. Don't waste your fucking voice.
Yeah, but this is life we're living. Life ain't always about forgiving. She's my lady in a summer dress. This is life we're living. Life ain't always about forgiving. To the station, I took her on back home. I hadn't seen the bed in months, but I hadn't been alone. I got pulled over, whiskey in my feet. The punk bitty's a hospital, blood came pouring out of me. Oh! Yeah, but this is life we're living. Life ain't always about forgiving. She's my lady in a summer dress. The last thing that you'll see, she came looking for me. Woo! She gonna come looking for me. She gonna find me on the floor. She'll find me on the floor. And this is life we're living. Life ain't always about forgiving. She's my lady in a summer dress. She'll find me on the floor. She's my lady in a summer dress. She'll find me on the floor. She's my lady in a summer dress. She'll find me on the
July Talk on Audiotree Live.
This next song's called Head Sick.
It's great to be here on the internet. It's our first time playing live.
This is our favorite place on the internet.
I'm on the wrong side of the story. Borrowed a car you found your Saturday. Seems that we deal with things a bit differently.
I went to the kitchen and looked at a knife. I watched a stranger fuck the love of my life. Learn to forget these things a bit differently. Don't wanna waste it, man. I misplaced myself this time. Don't wanna waste your time. I love the way you lose your mind.
New York's underwater, he's counting deep. Says he'd rather stop breathing than see me again. Seems we remember things a bit differently.
And I never saw myself climbing the stairs. Voices deceive, and best not compare. You learn to forget these things a bit differently. I don't wanna waste it, man. I misplaced myself this time. Don't wanna waste your time. I love the way you lose your mind.
Hey, come back. It's not what I said. It's all in your head.
Don't wanna waste it, man. 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 Don't wanna drive and show. Don't wanna want you to go. Don't wanna let you know. Don't wanna hit it.
Yeah. July Talk on Audiotree Live. That America tank is awesome. I have this.
It's actually a bodysuit.
Oh, it is a bodysuit.
Got it in Houston.
Yes, that's even better. Then you just wear pants over it, right?
I tried to get these guys to get them too so we could all have matching
All
ones,
of-
but they wouldn't do it.
It has a particular sense of humor being from Toronto, I suppose.
I'm just trying to fit in, man.
A
That's the
certain
way-
crowd, I think a crowd, was it in Houston or Nashville or somewhere, was like, does this make me look American? And you're like, you've never looked more Canadian.
More or less American. They were like,
Yes. It's like when you fit in, you go to Thailand and wear like one of those Coca-Cola shirts, but it's in Thai or whatever. It's like that's like fitting in over there. I have a voice question for you, Peter. When I was a kid, I was always like the loud one. Like my teachers were always not telling me to shut up, but like I was talking too much, and my mom. Is that the case with you too? I mean, has your voice always had that gusto that it has now?
Yeah, I mean, I think you sort of react to what makes you unique, and I think that my favorite artists have always been like, well, this is the weirdest thing about me, and I'm gonna make that the thing that I focus on. And so I think that I always sang this way. I always looked up to artists that had the lower voices.
Yeah.
You know, your voice probably dropped in a weekend as well. I'm
Yeah.
sure. And so I think just moving forward, it felt right to like try my best to own it. This is the first band I've ever, sang lead in.
Okay.
And so I think it helps having Leia there, because otherwise, you don't see that contrast. It's like saying like, whatever, red isn't red without blue and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
Like I think that it's good having that frame of reference.
Yeah, definitely. Because hers is like maybe not more appealing or whatever, but
Definitely
more beautiful.
more appealing.
Definitely more appealing. Yeah. Yeah. Right. I mean, contrasting for sure.
No,
the
yeah.
dichotomy
It's
between-
fun to play with, and writing for this band, we all, 5 of us, really just enjoy it, because that setting that conversation as a priority, you already have these like such crazy dynamics
Sure.
that you like are forced to do. And for us, I think Josh and I, even when we started writing songs together, like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, way back in the day, it was like, dynamics are what makes music fun, right? Like those parts of the song where everything cuts out and you get to scream that thing, and that's your favorite part of every one of your favorite band songs.
Right on.
And so having a band totally based on Loud, Quiet, Loud, Pixies, like super, dynamic. And so the voices force us to do that, and then the music kind of follows suit.
Yeah, right. Is that to like transition to your like black and white thing? Is that related because that's so contrasting visually?
Yeah,
I suppose, from what you
totally.
normally see.
I think the idea for like the visual side of the band happened before we figured out our sound. Like,
Okay.
long before. I
Okay,
think that
cool.
we knew that we wanted to do sort of two opposite voices or whatever. And I think Josh and I have a film company in Toronto, and we do all our own videos and things like that. So for us, black and white just really made sense as like the way to present that contrast, the way to present that dynamic.
Cool.
In the most kind of like subtle, but it does sneak in between the cracks, and I think people get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet. What's that film company called?
It's called Vulture Culture Films.
Shout out to Vulture Culture Films.
It's just us two, so.
Okay. It's just those dudes. Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. You can go into your next set when you're ready.
Don't let it know that your feelings are for fun. Don't let her know that your feelings are for everyone.
Don't let her know. Favorite colors change. If you're quiet, she'll go. Lights are on the stage. Stuntmen only die when they're not in love. So our suicide will be a cry that she's homesick of. But here we go. We'll never let you know. Whoa! But you fall in line while we take our turn. Your ex has got a camera out and she's lost control. But here we go. We'll never let you know.
That your feelings are for fun. Don't let her know that your feelings are for everyone.
Don't let it be your favorite telephone. Don't let her see you'd rather sleep alone. If I could forget, then I hang you on my wall. We could wake up instead. Let her faces fall. Don't let her know. She's still looking at me. She's still here. July talks because of you. She's still. Don't let her go. She's still looking at me.
As I walk to where I used to live, I try to remind myself of you. Telling lies feels right around you.
Then I made a whiskey, and I moved across town, away from Alberta, and the girl, and away from you. I was young, I was high-strung, but at least it was over you.
And now comes the time that I need you the
But I'm
most.
across town, and time will do us well. We'll survive
By telling lies, we've rationed well.
We'll survive
By telling lies, we've rationed well. We'll survive by telling lies. We've rationed well.
Hell yeah, man. July talk on Audiotree Live. Before you go into your last song, one more, I heard you say.
Yeah.
Can we talk a bit about the Toronto scene? Maybe Toronto as a city, but especially as a music scene. I feel like it's really special. A lot of the bands that come in from Toronto have this really special aesthetic. Maybe because it's close to New York, but yet so like other from New York. Insight on that would be appreciated, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people ask us about Toronto. I think that Toronto, for us, like, it's really important to remember that cities like New York or Toronto or Chicago, these kind of cities, most people there aren't from there. And
Right.
that's what kind of creates this, like, really supportive but ambitious scene, you know? Like,
Sure.
everyone's on the same team, you know? Everyone hangs out. It's a tiny music scene in Canada.
Yeah.
And so I think Toronto just allowed us to feel comfortable growing
Okay.
and like becoming a band. So in general, I mean, there's amazing bands. There's every kind of band.
Yeah.
And I stand by the feeling that like if you don't like Toronto, you just haven't looked hard enough.
I was
Because
going to
there's
say you're
everything
wrong.
there.
If you don't like Toronto,
Yeah, exactly.
you're wrong.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But no, there literally is kind of something for everybody, and so many bands, you know, bands like Cancer Bats, Born Ruffians, like all these bands showed us how to be a band. We
Yeah.
just like watched them and tried to learn, and some of them took us on tour, and we kind of just got it slowly but surely, and we're still learning for sure.
Sure.
But I think that a city like Toronto, because it's this giant city in the middle of a country that's so geographically large but
Yeah.
tiny population-wise,
Yeah.
I think that it just fosters that community, and it allows young artists to just like find their voice and learn how to tour and learn how to do it by talking to the people that are doing it.
Sure. And with that sort of magnetism to it being the city where a lot of people go because Canada's so large and spread out, then you have mentors and all that, right?
Well, yeah, totally. I mean, I couldn't even. It'd be funny to hear a statistic of like the number of bands in Toronto and then the number of bands in Canada.
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah,
so
I
many
bet
good
it'd be-
bands in Vancouver and Montreal, Edmonton,
Yeah.
Calgary, all these other cities. But at the same time, there is a lot that gravitate there. But to be able to take our band, I'm from Alberta, West, and to be able to come to Toronto, have this band begin somehow organically that we all feel lucky for, and then take that band and go back to Alberta and go back to Vancouver and go back to Saskatoon and these places. And then now on a bigger scale to cross the border,
Yeah.
which is kind of the theme of our year now, which is just spending a lot of time down here.
In the US,
and
yeah.
we're loving it, you know, like and places like Chicago. I think Toronto kind of gets compared to Chicago sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Similar cities, I think. But place like this. I mean, we've been looking up to Chicago since we were born. You know, like
Yeah.
Wilco and like these places. You know, we went to New Orleans. We go to these cities that for us we hold on a pedestal so high.
Sure.
You know, and so it's been a really interesting kind of look through the history of rock and roll, like touring through the States. You know, and we look up to a lot of these places.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, even in the South, you know, where it kind of gets a bad rap, but there's so much that came from there and that, you know, still comes from there musically in all genres. So, yeah, sweet. Well, awesome. Look forward to...
I have a question for you, Blake.
Yeah, what's up?
What's the Chicago food that you have to eat? Like, what's your Philly cheesesteak?
You know, dude, that is a good question. You know, a lot of people are going to say deep dish, and I think I agree.
Okay.
I'm more of like a hot dog person myself.
You're a hot dog guy.
Yeah, I think they're kind of lame like on paper, but like the experience of a hot dog is really awesome. I will shout out to Justin Kennedy Kenny. He always brings up there's this place on the south side called Riccobenni's, and it's just like an Italian place, a deli basically.
Yeah, it's like Italian style.
Yeah.
Breaded steak sandwich.
Yeah, breaded steak sandwich that's really good. So if you get a chance to, that's like sort of the opposite, but it's really, really cool. And just like that atmosphere is really sweet. So
Well, I mean, you can always just tune into July Talk at any time for food tips. in the city.
right here.
We don't really play much music, but
It's just
talk about food.
Mostly talking about food. Awesome. On that note, thanks for asking. On that note, you guys can go on your last track.
This song's called Paper Girl. Don't ask a question. Don't seek my trust. You don't look pretty when you smile, so don't smile at all. You love me like a doctor, holster with a broken leg. Oh, you're a paper girl with paper eyes. You're a paper crop. And if you think it's your turn to speak, it's not.
If you want money in your coffee and you want secrets in your tea, keep your paper heart away from me.
Yeah, it must be hard to want him to go. It must be hard to watch your body going on. And I'll be laughing in your head until I wanna stop. And if you think it's your turn to speak, it's not.
Hot dog.
And if you want money in your coffee, if you want secrets in your tea, keep your paper heart away from me. Tables have turned, you're still there. Now you're singing in your electric chair. You'll burn if you're made of paper, you're gonna see. And if you want money in your coffee, if you want secrets in your tea, keep your paper heart away from me. Paper girl. Paper girl. Paper girl. Paper girl. Paper girl. Paper girl. Paper girl.
July Talk and Audiotree Live.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say I just had a thought of Chinatown. Also, the Chinatown is awesome.
Your
If you get a
Chinatown.
chance to go down there, yeah, it's great.
Dumplings.
July Talk is out now, so self-titled record. It's awesome. Get it. And these guys are wrapping up their South by Southwest tour. You'll be touring again. Any other news
Yeah, in the
on
summer.
that?
I think the record's not actually out technically in the States.
Okay,
So
okay.
it'll be coming out over the summer, and we'll just be touring like crazy. So please come to a show and say hi.
Sweet. And Beat Kitchen at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
tonight.
No, it was actually
Yesterday.
last night. Oh. But it was great. It was really
It was
fun.
really fun.
It's really good. God, I hate it when I'm
If
wrong.
we could turn back time.
Yes. If you can go back to yesterday, you can see them at the Beat Kitchen at 8 p.m. Well, dang it. All right, well, summer. Check them out. And thanks. Indianapolis.
Tonight.
Who said that? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
So if you're in that area, go
Please
hook
come.
it up. Thanks again, you guys, to the band. Yeah. Thanks to Emperor Cabs and the Music Garage, to Goose Island. Thanks to awesome studio and sound engineers, beautiful people on camera and lighting crew, and viewers, the internet. Support the band by downloading the session when it comes out in a few weeks, and send a shout via social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the studio, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you.
Yeah.